Then we have Hillary Clinton. We need to confront this stuff, folks, and we need to address it effectively. That's the whole point of my going through this. It's the whole point of my book, Plunder and Deceit. Let us confront the big issues. Let us confront what they think they can take us on, and let us deal with them. Because if we have a discussion among your family members and friends and coworkers and neighbors, if we have a national discussion where we back candidates who can talk to these things, we have a chance. Listen to Hillary at the New School in New York City today. We're going to go to cut 2, Mr. Producer. Go.
Guided by some simple principles. First, hardworking families need and deserve tax relief and simplification. Second, those at the top have to pay their fair share.
Let's stop. Let's stop right there. I want you to understand that if every penny is confiscated from those at the top, even more, listen to me, if every penny is taken out of the private economy from every single person, and it's taken out of the private economy every year for 10 years. Let me give you the formula again. If every penny is sucked out of the private sector and given to the federal government every year for 10 years, we will still have unfunded liabilities and a fiscal operating debt of $40 to $50 trillion. We have a unfunded liability and fiscal operating debt today of $215 trillion. $215 trillion. The economy creates a little over $17 trillion in wealth every year. So let's pretend it's $20 trillion in wealth every year. 20 times 10 is $200 trillion. So if we stop the debt today, just stop it today, we're still $15 trillion short, but it won't even work that way. They talk about class warfare and inequality and the rich paying their fair share. Whatever you think about that, the arithmetic does not work. It does not add up, even if we turned into North Korea tomorrow. And every penny of your money, in essence, were nationalized. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. And by the way, we already know that the top 20% pay the vast majority of taxes in this country. And you may say, well, I'm not in the top 20%. Actually, most of you are. It doesn't take much to be considered rich by your federal government anymore, because most people who aren't rich are considered rich. Isn't that precious? Isn't that clever? And notice Hillary Clinton doesn't talk in specifics. What dollar amount are you talking about, Hillary? What do you mean? A family with a firefighter and a teacher who earn a couple $100,000 a year, $180,000 a year? Under your definition, they're rich. They're rich. Good Lord, if I had only positioned myself one day to run for president, that ain't going to happen. That's not my point. This is, to me, is such easy pickings. It's the low-hanging fruitcake, if you will. And our people, they trip all over themselves. They get marble mouth. They don't know how to respond to the leftists. I've grown up around leftists. I've gone to school with leftists. I've gone to law school with leftists. They're all around. And by now, if you're running for a higher office, you should know how to deal with it. Continue, please. Go.
That's why I support the Buffett rule, which makes sure that millionaires don't pay lower rates than their secretaries.
Oh, now this is really wonderful. So the Clintons make $150 million gross. Remember that? Remember they set up offshore accounts? You remember that? To hide some of their, I don't remember what it was, real estate investments or whatever. You can Google it and find out yourself. She is an easy target for her own propaganda. I could just see one of our guys, if they're effective and they're on their game, standing there and listening to her and then saying, you're the richest person running in this race. And hopefully you're the only one with accounts overseas to evade your taxes. So what are you talking about, Hillary? You don't represent the middle class. Those speeches you gave, you were making $250,000, you were ripping off college students. You were ripping off charities. You were getting money from the Arabs. You weren't getting money from the middle class. What are you talking about? You're the biggest, class warfare hypocrite that's ever existed. Go ahead.
I've also called for closing the carried interest loophole, which lets wealthy financiers pay an artificially low rate.
Once again, propaganda. Once again, propaganda. Notice she's not calling for eliminating double taxation of business income, where we have major corporations in this country, most of which are corporatists, and like the liberals of both parties, by the way, they're not conservative. They put their money, when they spend it overseas, there's over $1 trillion overseas that they will not bring back to the United States. It's nothing illegal or unethical about what they're doing. They've earned the money overseas, even though they're headquartered in America. But if they bring it back in America, to invest it in America, to create growth and jobs and wealth in America, they're whacked with another 25%. If they leave the money overseas, they're not. No foreign industrialized nation does that to their own businesses. They never tax them twice on a corporate income tax. Notice Hillary doesn't mention that. She doesn't want to create jobs. She wants to play games. Only she should get wealthy. Only she should use overseas accounts to evade taxes. Go ahead.
And let's agree, successful companies that benefit from everything America has to offer should not be able to game the system.
Shut up, you. On and on with this crap. Just listen to this hypocrite. Can you stand it, folks? She was shoving speech money in her pantsuit left and right and left and right. Any corporation that asked her, any crook that asked her, any foreign government that asked her, just shoving it in her pantsuit as fast as she possibly could. And now she goes out there and deigns to lecture us? And deigns to lecture us? At least Karl Marx had the good sense to rip off his own father, a wealthy lawyer, when he needed money. He wasn't taking in money from those he later criticized. I mean, Hillary Clinton isn't even a good Marxist. Right. Cut 3, go.
It's time to recognize that quality, affordable child care is not a luxury, it's a growth strategy.
This is so, they're going to go through all the welfare state benefits and say we need to expand them. We need to expand them. Affordable child care is not a luxury. Well, you know how child care could become more affordable, Hillary? If more people had full-time jobs in this country. And you know how they get full-time jobs in this country, Hillary? Through free market capitalism. Not your crony capitalism, where you've sold your office, or you hope future office, to become in the top 0.1% of income earners in the country, having produced nothing but hot air. This is the way mothers benefit. This is the way fathers benefit. This is the way families benefit and their children benefit by a healthy, growing, vibrant economy, which must be built on a healthy, growing, vibrant economic model, not an iron-fisted, centralized government model that doesn't work anywhere. It is you and your party that have pushed people out of work. It is you and your party that have pushed people into disability insurance. It's you and your party that have created 30 years of the worst growth in post-recession modern history. Yours isn't the party of creating jobs. Yours is the party of growing government. And we need candidates who will make that clear. Hillary Clinton is not standing up for people. She's not standing up for private enterprise. She wants more government, a bigger IRS, a bigger tax code. This is what she wants, more of the same. If you like more of the same, she's your gal. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.